All right, welcome back to Modern Day MMA. This is your host, Kris Meyer, and with me, as always, is Kael Meyer. This weekend, we're going to be breaking down the big fight between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. UFC 264 is finally upon us. The end of the trilogy is going to happen Saturday night. Where do you want to start on this fight card, Kael?
Let's see. I mean, there's some pretty cool fights in the prelims. Um, let's see here. Jennifer Maya fighting Jessica I on the early prelims. That's kind of cool, I guess. It's weird how you can
Oh,
fight for a belt like two people back to back and then just like be on the early prelims.
yeah,
I mean, I guess it's a Connor card, so it's different. But
yeah. Or Mari Akhmedov is fighting Brad Tavares. That's kind of a cool middleweight matchup.
yeah.
See
Um,
how Omari rebounds from the loss to Chris Weidman. And
yeah.
who did Brad Tavares fight last?
I think he beat somebody.
Yeah, he beat Shoeface, Antonio Carlos
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah.
Those guys, are they ranked? They got to be close. Yeah, Omari's number 13, Brad Tavares is number 15.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good fight. Um, I think Omari's probably gonna get it done.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think he's going to gas out hard, and Tavares is going to hopefully finish him in the third.
I mean Tavares is always tough, but it's a 3 round fight. I mean, come on. I don't know. That's a tough fight to call.
Omari just gassed so hard against Weidman.
I mean, so did Weidman.
That's what I mean, but Tavares won't gas like that, I don't think. So look for him to at least be the fresher fighter in round three. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do enough to win the fight, but I think he should be able to. Omari just seemed to gas really early in that fight. Um,
Yeah, I mean it was a wrestling match, really. It's pretty
yeah, it
easy to
was,
gas in those fights, but we'll see.
but he's a wrestler.
Yeah, well, he's old. He's old.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about some prelims that are higher up on the card. Those are the early prelims, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, what do we got here? Carlos Condit coming out of retirement again, or still out of retirement? I'm not sure how that works.
yeah, probably his last UFC fight, if I had to guess.
Yeah, what has he lost? 8 in a row now, 7 in a row, I think. Well, he beat Matt Brown in his last fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he beat? Oh, he
Oh, he
beat
beat
Court
Court
McGee
McGee
too.
too. Maybe we're just talking shit for no reason.
Okay, well before that he lost like 7 in a row.
Yeah, he got fucked up by Chiesa, beat by Oliveira. He got beat by Neil Magny. Got
Damian
beat
Maya,
by Robbie, Damien Maya.
yeah, and
Huh.
that was 2016.
Yeah. So 2015, he beat Thiago Alves.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, the guy's still doing the thing. He obviously still wants to fight, but hopefully he can just defend a takedown, right? Because that's just he seems to be a little bit hesitant, but he looked a little better in his last fight against Matt Brown. He's pulling the trigger a little bit more. But
Mhm.
he has a hard time defending the takedown, right? He has good submissions off of his back, but I feel like that just gives him false confidence that he's going to submit these guys when he's not really getting that close lately, especially in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Um, it's been a long time since he hit a submission off of his back, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't seem very desperate to get off of the bottom, and you're just losing the fight. So
Hmm.
unless you like win the fight from there by submission or something, you're just gonna lose a decision. So hopefully it shows a little more urgency. I mean, I think with his youth that Max Griffin's probably going to be able to just win a decision against Condit. He's probably going to be able to out gas tank him, right? Just pressure him, put a pace on Condit, and keep Carlos on the defensive for most of the fight.
Yeah. I mean, the weird thing is Max is only like 2 years younger than Carlos.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
he's 75 years younger in fight wars or in fight
Yeah.
years, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Another tough fight to pick. I don't know. Just depends what kind of con it shows up.
yeah.
But
I think Max Griffin's probably going to be able to outpace him for a decision, but we'll see. One of my favorite fights on the card actually is Nico Price versus Michelle Pereira, or
Yeah.
Pereira, or however you say it. Um,
And,
this is it should be a wild fight, or it could be a really wild fight.
it's gonna be a wild fight. I don't
I mean,
really see
Nico
how
Price is
it's
a wild
not.
man, and so is Michelle Pereira, especially for that first round. I think it could be really hectic.
Yeah, the first round's gonna be wild. Yeah, I
Do
mean,
you think?
Michelle kind of has matured a little bit in his last couple fights. I think he's actually gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at the odds there, just placing my bets for the week on this fight card, or some of them anyway. And Michelle was a bigger favorite than I thought he was going to be. I kind of thought it would be close to a toss up, but I think Michelle was at. I don't see him on here now, but he was at he's at 165 minus 165.
Yeah.
I kind of like Nico Price in that price range. I think that he's got a better gas tank, but as long as Pereira shows up on point and focused, I think that he should be able to uh, be the much more accurate and powerful fighter. But Nico Price is just he's unpredictable, and you never know what he's going to do to win a fight, right? He's durable, and he sets a good pace. He doesn't get very tired. He's big for the weight class. He hits pretty hard. I just think that Pereira is going to have a big speed and power advantage. So he probably should win, but I definitely see a path to victory for Nico Price.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Nico could get it done in the third round, maybe. But like I said, I just think Michelle is kind of matured, and I don't think that he's gonna gas out in the third round like everyone's expecting him to, unless Nico brings a pace that he just can't really compete with, and he's able to kind of walk through Michelle's punches and get Michelle firing lots, using a lot of energy in the beginning of the fight. Um, but that also means that Nico has to get through those first couple rounds, of bombs being thrown at you. So, man, I don't know. That's a tough fight to call. I'm gonna go with Michelle Pereira though. Round round 2 TKO.
You think he's going to finish Nico?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he hits hard.
Yeah, his last fight he just didn't get that aggressive, which is like I think it was actually a good thing. Well, because he was facing that dude that just throws bombs.
Chaos Williams.
Yeah, Chaos Williams. So yeah, you got Nico.
I mean, I think that there's definitely a path to victory for him. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick him or not. I just placed a couple of bets on Nico Price because I kind of like the odds on him. I was getting plus 140.
Yeah.
And I like those odds. But yeah, I think Michelle should probably cruise to a decision. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish Nico Price. I'll take Pereira by decision. I think he should be able to use his speed advantage and keep Nico guessing on what he's going to do. Yeah, I like his kicks as well. His separating body kick, his push kick.
Yeah.
It's really good at utilizing distance using that strike, and his speed. He just has a really big advantage in speed on pretty much anyone he's going to fight. So
Yeah.
look for him to use that. What else
Yeah.
we got here on the prelims?
Got Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall versus Ilya Topuria. Kind of a weird fight. I didn't expect that this fight would be made. I thought Ryan Hall was kind of looking for bigger name fighters, but I guess either he couldn't find one to fight him or, he didn't like any other matchups or what. But I'm glad that he's finally getting another fight against an undefeated Ilya Topuria.
Ryan's got to get busy, man. He's fucking 36. Yeah.
He's going to lose this in the long run, right? I mean,
yeah.
He's very picky when it comes to the fights, and he keeps saying he wants to fight a top 5 or a top 10 guy. I mean, I get it, but who have you beat? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sure, you're on a bit of a win streak, but you're fighting like once every year and a half or whatever. You beat Darren Elkins like fucking 2 years ago. No one remembers that. Time to move on. Fight someone else.
Yeah, I wonder why he's not more active.
Because he just wants big fights.
Huh.
But I mean, you beat the ghost of BJ Penn and then Darren Elkins, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, those are his 2 wins in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I'm
So, I
excited
mean,
to see how this
guys,
fight goes.
you don't have a lot of hype behind you, right? Like he used to when he first came in after he got into the UFC, right? Cuz he won the Ultimate Fighter, right? Ultimate Fighter 22,
Yeah.
and then just fought like twice and then took 2 years off, took another couple years off. So,
Yeah.
you're wasting the mid part of your 30s, and you should probably get in there and fight if you want to make some waves in that division, because you're also in a pretty packed division, right? And
Yeah.
you know there's no gimmies in that top 15, so this is probably a good fight. He's fighting a guy that doesn't have a lot of experience, at least,
Hmm.
because I don't know.
But
Those
he's
guys in the
good.
top 15 in the 145, I don't favor him against very many of them.
No. No, for
It's
sure.
tough.
I
It's
agree.
tough division.
It's
I think
weird
he
how
might.
like you just get into the UFC and just fucking chill. Like you've only got one crack at it. Why would you waste your prime years? Unless he just truly doesn't care. He's just like, fuck it. Fight every now and again, whatever. Don't really care about the belt. Don't care about money. Like, I don't know. Just seems weird to me.
Yeah, I think he makes money from jujitsu instructionals and tournaments and like owning his own gym. So,
Yeah.
if he can make a couple $100,000 a year from that or whatever he needs to make to be happy from it, then he doesn't really need to fight very much, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, he did have some injuries, I think, too. And then some other guys pulled out of fights against him. He's had some bad luck, but, you know, when you don't have any momentum, your last win was 2 years ago, you should fight anybody. Just get in the damn cage.
Get on the damn board, man.
Definitely. I am excited for this fight, though. I do think it's a tough test for Ryan Hall. Ilya
Hmm.
Topuria is he's young. Um, he's got a lot of momentum on his side. He's undefeated in the octagon. He's coming off a nice knockout win at Damon Jackson. I remember that fight actually. Um,
Hmm.
that was a good fight. Yusuf Zalal, he beat Yusuf in a decision. He's got some good fights. I think Ilya is probably going to be able to take this one, get a decision win, just outstrike him, keep the fights from standing. And, Ryan Hall has those Imanari rolls and he can pull guard and shit, but he doesn't really have the best takedowns. And I think
No.
Topuria is going to be able to keep it standing.
Yeah, I agree. Poirier, he's a little bulldog. I think he's just gonna put a pace on, and I don't think Ryan's gonna be able to get him to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this main card then. Which fight did you want to start on?
I
Just break
mean,
down the whole main card, I guess. Start
yeah, I
with
mean let's
Sean O'Malley versus the bartender
fucking no
or
name.
the fucking
What
whoever.
a weird, stupid thing. Like, why? There had to have been someone that was willing to step up that actually has a name or a ranking or whatever. It
Yeah, apparently no one could make weight on time that Sean was willing to fight or the UFC won. Because, I mean, the UFC probably wants him to win too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So they don't want to stick him with someone that's just going to murk him on 5 or 10 days' notice, right? So
Well, who the hell is gonna murk Sean O'Malley?
I
Like
don't know, man.
I don't think anybody's gonna walk through that guy, and especially on short
I don't
notice.
think
Like,
so either, but I don't think they want to stick Merab Dvalishvili in there on fucking 7 days' notice, or someone that's
yeah,
really good.
yeah. I mean,
They want to
there's
give some.
guys outside of Marab. I just think
Yeah,
there's
but
somebody better than 9-4 that is debuting in the UFC.
yeah, well, he's on a 2-fight win streak in CFFC, so
Oh, sweet, sweet. This guy's fucking ready,
ready to go. Watch him
ready to
just
go.
fucking kick Sean in the leg twice and then fold him.
Hold him. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know.
That'd be
Fucking
brutal.
Stamen, Rivera, Sunsao.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe no one was available, right? Ricky Simone apparently couldn't make weight. He tried, and then you know, who
Hmm.
knows? Either way, some guy gets to what's his name here? Chris Moutinho. Kris Moutinho gets to fight on a UFC pay-per-view on a Conor card in his first UFC fight ever. So how fucking badass is that for him?
That's so crazy.
That's
Imagine
so
getting that
crazy.
call. Like you're
Imagine
just
if he knocks Sean
chilling.
O'Malley out. This guy's going to be fucking famous. He's going to go from
Yeah.
7 Twitter followers to at least a couple hundred overnight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so wild to think like he probably just got that call one day and he was just like, broke his shit. Never fought in the UFC, and now he's literally on a fucking Conor McGregor pay-per-view card. The biggest that it gets. Doesn't get any bigger than that. You're the opening fight. And it's your debut. Like if anything, I think he's just gonna fold from the pressure, or he's just not as good as Sean. Or like, you know what? Fuck it. He has nothing to lose. Usually guys don't really fold to that kind of pressure. They usually kind of rise to the occasion. And it's the other guy that kind of just underestimates them. But who knows? We'll find out if Kris is worth a shit.
I mean, it's MMA and anything could happen, right? And I don't know. I just think it'd be fucking wild if this guy comes in on a Conor card in his first UFC fight ever, knocks out Sean O'Malley or something like that.
Yeah.
Just gets knockout of the night.
Yeah, life would change overnight for him. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean O'Malley is currently a minus 900 favorite, so I'm definitely gonna put a little action on old Kris Moutinho.
Yeah, it's probably worth it. I mean,
oh yeah.
If anything, Sean O'Malley is probably better, but he's also a little frail. So,
I mean, yeah, I think there's a couple of a lot people are too rough on O'Malley, right? Because he got those leg injuries, kind of. I think they were kind of flukish, maybe, but there is some merit to it, right?
Yeah,
he's obviously somewhat less durable than he could be. To have 2 leg injuries is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
Especially in your 20s.
Guess we'll find out.
Cool. Yeah, I just placed a $5 bet. I just placed a $5 bet on Kris Moutinho and Dustin Poirier, both to win.
Ooh.
$5 wins odds? $5 wins 53.50.
What's the odds for DP to win?
He's minus 125.
He's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. So weird.
I don't know. Is it? He won the last fight 6 months ago.
It's not. It's just everybody. I just watched a video where all these people were like predicting the outcome. Like UFC fighters, and like 80% of them were picking Dustin. And I was like, really? I'm surprised. But like, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it in a bit here. But I don't know, just kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a late surge on Conor. A lot of people are going to, bet on him last minute and stuff like that. Yeah, that too, and the weigh-ins, and people just bet on Conor. Because if you see Conor at plus money, that's probably a good bet, especially against the guy he has knocked out before.
Yeah,
I just think that Poirier, I don't know. I think it's a tough one to call. But all right, let's talk about you're going to take O'Malley, I assume, by TKO.
Yeah.
I have no idea about this Kris Moutinho guy, but you just got to assume that UFC picked a guy that O'Malley can win against, I would think. So why wouldn't they, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Irene Aldana versus Yana Kunitskaya. Kunitskaya. Both these fighters are kind of winning and losing at the same rate over the last few fights. They both have wins over Caitlin Vieira. Irene Aldana looked fairly good in her last fight against Holly Holm, who looked to be quite on point in that fight. I think that Irene's probably going to be able to keep this fight standing where she likes to fight and probably win a decision against Kunitskaya. But I don't. This is a pretty even fight, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a pick 'em on Bodog. I mean, Irene's favored minus 120. That's who I'm probably going to pick, but I'm not super confident on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Irene as well.
Yeah, as decision, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's the reliable bet.
Yeah. I mean, this card overall is actually kind of weak, but there's just a few good fights on it. It seems like they do that with Connor's fights now. They don't really need to stack it because they know that 1.5 or 2 million people are going to buy it no matter who they put on the undercard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean Dustin's a star in his own right. You got Gilbert Burns fighting
Is he?
Thompson. I think so. I mean, like you can't compare him to Connor, but I think as far as like people in the UFC go, I mean, he's fought Khabib. He's been in a ton of fucking wars. I would say he's a, you know, people want to see him fight.
Yeah. I don't know
But
how many casuals do, but
no, maybe not.
yeah, I mean, he is. He's obviously going to get some rub if he knocks out Connor twice.
Yeah,
But like his Dan Hooker fight, like that wasn't a big, didn't get a lot of viewers at all. And that was
no.
just a year ago.
Hmm.
He has fought Connor since then, so obviously he's going to get a boost, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Um, what else is there on this fight card here? We got Tai Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy. Man, they love Greg Hardy. Hey, they just put that guy on all the pay-per-view cards.
Yeah. I mean, why not? He's the Prince of War. Who is he fight? So he got beat by Marcin Tybura, and then he KO'd Maurice Green. Or that was after. Huh. I mean, he went the distance with Volkov.
Yeah, that was
I
short
was just
notice, right?
pretty underwhelmed by that last performance of his, though.
Against Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got no
Tuivasa.
gas tank off of his back, right? He got tired pretty quick after he was getting taken down.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, both of these guys are kind of like hit and miss. You don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, what we do know is it's going to be a stand up fight. And both have the power to knock each other out, pretty much.
Yeah, most likely. I'll take Tai Tuivasa's chin. He's got a decent chin, and I think his hands might be better, but their gas tanks are both kind of suspect. I do think Tuivasa is going to be able to outlast him in a striking affair, so I'll probably take Tuivasa by a late knockout or a decision. Um, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it. I mean, they're both heavyweights, and Greg Hardy seems to improve really quickly in between fights, whereas Tai Tuivasa, I'm not sure if he is improving at the same rate that he was. It seems like.
Yeah, and Greg's coming off a loss, and he hasn't fought in a little bit. He was really busy there for a while, and it's actually been a little while since his last fight.
Tuivasa?
No, Hardy.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually gonna pick Hardy to win.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he went back to the drawing board a little bit after that last loss, and I don't know. I just think he's gonna get it done.
You
I
think
think
he's gonna
Tuivasa is
finish?
gonna get a little aggressive. And Greg is gonna catch him.
Yeah. That was 8 months ago. I'm sure he's worked on his ground game a little bit, but I wouldn't be too worried about a ground game against Tai Tuivasa anyway, right? I think he's probably going to be able to strike with Greg Hardy, or he's going to want to.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a couple of fatties. Actually, no,
Yeah.
Hardy's not fat. Tuivasa
Heavyweight
is kind
slop.
of fat.
I love it.
Yeah,
All right, well, let's talk about the co-main and the main event here. I'll take Tuivasa to win a decision.
decision.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah,
You
it's
betcha.
probably a safe bet. They both get so tired. They just kind of like, ugh, all this labored movement. Nobody can knock out anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, well, why don't you bring us into the Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson fight? This is probably a number one contenders fight at welterweight. The winner will most likely be fighting Kamaru Usman. Hopefully, if they get
I
a
don't know if they
dominant.
give Gilbert that rematch.
Well, if Stephen Thompson wins in any sort of dominant fashion, he will be fighting for the belt, I would assume.
Yeah.
if Durinho Burns wins, he'll probably have to fight somebody else, I would imagine, before he gets another rematch.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to need an impressive showing, right? They'll probably give him the winner of, who is it, Luque versus Chiesa or something like that. Or maybe make him fight Leon, depending on how many more fights Leon needs to win. Or even Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of guys at the top of that division right now that are knocking at the door. But I want Stephen Thompson to get that title shot if he wins.
Yeah. Well, he will if he wins, I think.
Yeah. If I were him, I would sit out until I do get it. And usually I'm not a fan of that. But
because Colby's probably going to get it, right? And then what are they going to do? You think they're going to give Chiesa the title shot if he wins versus Stephen Thompson? I doubt it.
No.
Because, I mean, Thompson already beat Luque, right? So I don't think he's got to worry about that too much.
I just think he's at a point in his career where if he wins this fight, it's not worth taking another fight. You know, you wait for that title shot. Whereas if you're super young, I don't really encourage waiting around. But he's also like on like a good winning streak now. Thompson. And is the only guy in the top, like, what, 6 that hasn't been beat by Kamaru Usman or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's the top 6. I mean, he's beat everyone except for, well, no, he did beat Edwards.
He didn't beat Vicente. That's about, and then obviously down from there. But yeah, I mean, as far as like how I think this fight's going to go down, I think it could either be like your typical Stephen Thompson fight where he just slowly picks apart Gilbert. But I think Gilbert's going to get him down. You know, I think Gilbert's going to get him down, and I think he's going to tap him out. I don't know why. I just think he's going to be able to do it.
I hope not.
Oh, I know. It'd be super sad. But I just think he's not going to fucking play that game. You know? He's just got such high level jiu-jitsu. And I think he'll have the takedowns to get Steven down. Whereas, you know, someone else doesn't. But I think Gilbert will.
You think he does? I don't know if he has the takedown explosiveness that he's going to need to, or the chain wrestling he's going to need to take Thompson down. Thompson's footwork is pretty exceptional.
He took Woodley down.
Yeah, but that's different. Woodley is not near as evasive as Stephen Thompson, right? Footwork is 90% of takedown defense, right? Or not 90%, but at least 50.
Well, yeah, but
if you're not,
I'm just talking. He's going to get him up against the cage, and he's going to.
He might, get him down. But I think Thompson's really good at avoiding getting to the. I mean, he might get him down once or twice, but I don't think that he's going to be able to just cut through butter and submit Thompson. You know, Thompson's fought some good fighters before and has never been submitted.
Yeah, I don't know. Gilbert's built differently. He's built differently. And I just think he's seen so many guys go down that road of trying to stand with Thompson. And it just doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, but I think that it's easier
works.
I think it's much easier to say than to do.
Oh, of course.
Right? I mean, who hasn't struck with him? Everyone's had to strike with him.
Yeah.
Literally, everyone struck with him because you can't take the fucking guy down. Woodley got him down once or twice, right? A couple times, but wasn't able to really keep him down. I think he kept him down for a bit in the 5th round of their rematch or their first fight. I think it was a rematch when he dropped him. But he dropped him, and that's how he got him down, I think. So, I don't know. You don't see Thompson giving up takedowns, man. And I don't see Burns as the takedown threat to be able to get the fight to the floor often enough to do what it needs to be done to submit Thompson. So that's why I'm going to pick Stephen Thompson to win by... He could win by knockout. I think that Burns' chin is somewhat suspect. Maybe not suspect, but I think Thompson hits really hard, and it's the ones that you don't see coming that really hurt you. And, you know, just the experience on the feet is going to be the difference in this fight, I believe. And I'm going to take Stephen Thompson to win in... maybe not dominant fashion, but a clear-cut decision.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that. I can see Gilbert going for the takedown aggressively and kind of gassing because of it too. Um, Frick. It's a tough fight to pick. Gilbert's so good. But Steven's so good. I see so many scenarios playing out, and I think most of them
Who's the
Stephen
best
Thompson
striker?
wins.
Who's the best striker that Gilbert's beat?
I mean, he beat Tyron. He fucking rocked Kamaru.
Did he beat Tyron or did he beat the ghost of Tyron?
He beat Tyron.
Okay.
Um,
He couldn't finish him.
no, he couldn't. I don't know.
I think Stephen Thompson's going to win this fight by knockout.
Yeah, that could happen. I'm gonna go with
Or
Gilbert.
I wish Thompson
I
just
think
had.
Steven's gonna get caught. He's gonna get caught in a submission for the first time, and everyone's gonna be sad. That's what I think.
Ah, it's so possible, right? I mean that could very well happen. I mean, he is one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the sport.
Yeah.
You know, he's got insane grappling credentials, right? He's won gold at the No Gi World Championships and at the Gi World Championships. You know, that's that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Burns.
So you think he's just gonna catch him in a transition on the ground after he gets a takedown?
Yeah, I do.
Armbar?
I don't fucking know. I have no idea how this fight's gonna play out. I can't predict the submission, but I just think Steven's. It's gonna happen eventually. Steven's gonna get fucking choked out, tapped out, whatever, and Gilbert's the guy to do it.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. Yeah, I'm gonna take Thompson by decision though, just because he's still my boy.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I want Thompson to win, and there's a good chance he will win. But I don't know. I got a feeling about Burns.
I love Burns too, right? Nothing against Burns. It's just I want Thompson to be the champ before he retires.
I'd love to see Thompson knock out Kamaru. Fuck, that'd be awesome. Oh man, I'd be so stoked. Like, oh, that'd be fucking sick. But and like, if you truly don't think that anybody can get Thompson down, well then I mean, you're probably gonna pick Thompson to beat Kamaru anyways.
No, Kamaru has way better takedowns and way better cage cutting than Gilbert Burns does, and he's got a much more solid jab to disguise the takedowns.
Yeah.
That's a way different fight.
It's tough to say. It's tough to say.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, you might get Steven down once, but I mean, Kamaru's gonna have to hold him down for fucking 3-4 rounds, 5 rounds.
Yeah, but Kamaru can win the fight from the clinch as well.
Yeah,
right? He doesn't necessarily need to get you down.
God, I hate
Kamaru. He's on the list.
He's on the list. He was off the list, and now he's back on it.
He hasn't even fought. You're just thinking about what he's gonna do.
I know what he's gonna do. If he fought Steven, he's gonna go back to his old ways, of course. He'd have to. And if he didn't, he'd get beat. If he tried to just straight up stand up with Steven, that'd be a mistake.
I don't know if he would. It's a guarantee. I mean, he could strike. I mean, Tyron Woodley beat Stephen Thompson in a striking match.
Yeah.
So it is possible. You can beat him, but you can't just strike. You have to at least try a takedown or two, even if they're not successful, just to get him to think about more options, right? Or, because Kamaru hits hard enough that, and he's got long ass arms. He's got a good reach advantage. And I think Kamaru has a good enough chin that he could stay in there long enough too. And, Trevor Whitman's going to come up with a good enough game plan, I think, to be serviceable in the striking. But I think that he would try and go for takedowns. Yeah. I mean, it would be foolish not to. It's an MMA fight, not a kickboxing match.
Yeah. Huh. All right. You're going for Thompson. I see.
Yeah,
I
you're gonna
see.
take Burns.
Yeah. Yeah. Burns submission.
See, that's the thing. If you, what is it? If you bet, I always bet against fighters I like, so I'm gonna bet on Burns. And then if Thompson wins, I'm like, yeah, Thompson wins. And then if he loses, I'm like, yeah, I got money.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Always bet against
Uh,
Tony from now on.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sad.
Super sad. Give
Yeah.
him fucking Nate Diaz at 170.
That would be a good fight, man. And I would pick Tony to win that fight.
I'd probably pick Tony to win. You know?
Probably. Could you imagine saying that you would probably pick Tony like a year ago?
Yeah, he'd be like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
Like, how do you ever see Nate Diaz beating Tony Ferguson? But
Yeah,
now
like
I see.
maybe we just never like seen Tony's grappling at the level we thought we did. Like nobody ever tried to really wrestle fuck him, or I don't know, or maybe he just
Well, he also got old.
old. I think it's a victim of like training properly and just
And
it's
not
just
evolving because he was making mistakes for a long time, right? As is every other fighter. But I think that he started getting yes men in his corner, maybe,
mhm.
um, and kind of training himself.
Yeah,
So, like he didn't have a head coach for a long time, right? You need a head coach to see the flaws that you don't see,
yeah,
and to tell you what to work on and to get an outside perspective, right? And you need that. And
yeah. Just ask Mike Perry.
yeah,
You don't
well, Mike,
need your girlfriend in your corner. You need
the
a fucking
platinum
head coach.
the platinum princess.
Yeah.
Best mitt holder in the business. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So give me your final prediction here. Gilbert Burns by submission
Yeah. Submission. Round two.
early, round two.
Yeah.
I'll take
Anything after
Thompson
that,
by
and he'll be too tired.
I'll take Thompson 49-46. Burns might drop
49.
him one round and win a round, but I think it's man. I get so stressed out when Thompson's fighting because like he just darts in, darts out. You're like, you could just run right into an elbow,
Yeah. His chin's just always there. It's not,
but
but
it's
it
not.
is. Yeah.
Right? Like he doesn't like
Yeah.
use his hands to shell up and guard and block, but he just is out of the way, which is even better. Honestly,
Mhm.
if you are not there to be hit, that's better than putting your hands up and putting your earmuffs on, right? So
Yeah. Until
elusiveness
he's
will
not.
always, I mean, what did this? What is? I just watched Stephen Thompson video today, and he was talking about how the whole point of fighting is to hit and not get hit, right?
Hmm.
And he's one of the best fighters in the world at doing that, right?
Yeah, for
Like, how
sure.
many clean shots has he taken in his whole career? Like, he got knocked down by Woodley, and then he got knocked out by Pettis, and that's about it, really. Like, not very many.
What a shitty loss to have on your record, especially at that time. Like getting knocked out by a 155er, you know,
I washed 155er,
a washed 155er. Poor Steven.
who's just lost 2 in a row in the PFL.
Fuck.
Whatever. It won't matter if he wins the fucking belt, or even if he
Yeah.
fights for it again, right? If you fight for it 5 years apart, that's super impressive. Against different champions, a whole new set of contenders that you beat to get to the title again.
Yeah. I mean, the fact
It's
that
like
he's even
John
still
Fitch.
doing it,
It's like
it's
John
impressive.
Fitch, right?
Yeah.
He beat everyone not named GSP. And
Hmm.
that's super impressive. But no one remembers that.
Nobody remembers that.
They just remember you getting dropped 4 times in one fight against GSP.
Yeah. Tragic.
Yeah, that was I think that was GSP's most dominant performance.
Yeah. It's been so long, man. I'd have to go back and rewatch every one of those fights.
You should
Like, I can't remember any of them.
just go. I rewatch old fights all the time. I love it.
Yeah, like I don't have a thing for it. I just like when it comes up on YouTube and I find one, I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's
Yeah, that was probably his best. Yeah, when he beat John Fitch, man, he beat the shit out of him.
cool. Yeah.
Didn't finish him, but man, it was impressive.
Yeah. All right, let's break down this main card here.
All
Main
right,
fight.
it's a Conor McGregor fight week. Um,
Yeah.
always get super pumped against the Conor cards. Obviously, this one kind of just snuck in under the radar a little bit more. It doesn't seem to be vibing as much as his last fight. Maybe because it was a quicker turnaround than before, or because he's coming off a loss. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Usually rematches are big business, right? So I don't know what the
Trilogy.
yeah. I mean, it's a trilogy, right? You'd think that this would be I don't know. Are lots of your friends talking about it, or what's the buzz like?
Um, I mean, my one buddy is, but I think it might be because there's no belt. Like even though it's a Conor McGregor card, I think people still want to see a belt fight. I do. Like it's more exciting when there's a belt on the line. Um, but other than that, no, it's. I mean, I was watching the interview and Dana said it's the fastest it's ever sold out, and there's more celebrities at this card than ever before. So I mean,
Ooh,
there is hype. People that
that's
are,
just because COVID's over.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
But still, it's gonna be a big fight. I'm so sad. Like if Connor loses, man, it's like fuck. Is he done? Does he just never fight again? Like it'd be so hard for him to promote a boxing fight after this or promote anything coming off two losses to Dustin Poirier, not even the champ. Not a knock on Dustin, but I think it's just not as good when you lose to a guy that isn't the champ and you lose to him twice in a row.
hmm
Oh, I just hope he's taking it seriously because I think a Connor that's super ready and focused in can beat Dustin Poirier pretty handedly. But I just think maybe Dustin's hungrier, or maybe Connor's like, it's tough. It's tough. Part of me is like, fuck, Connor's probably been training the leg kick defense so much that he's gonna be forgetting about his own offense. Kind of like he trained ton of grappling for Khabib and then didn't look the same on the feet. It's like Dustin has the upper hand right now. He can show up and do whatever the fuck he wants, and Connor has no idea what he's gonna do. You know, like can Connor turn it around that fast and change up his game plan? No, he's still gonna try and catch him with the left hand. So I don't know.
I don't know. I think this whole Connor isn't motivated thing is just a way for people to justify Connor losing. I think he was motivated as hell last fight, and he just got beat by the guy that was a better fighter that night. Um, you know, Connor
Mm-hmm.
won the first round. He hurt Poirier for a second. He landed a little bit better shots. He was the aggressor. But I think that Poirier was just a better fighter. He showed a little bit better gas tank. He showed a little bit better fight IQ with those leg kicks and to slow Connor's movement down and take a little bit of power off that left hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked perfectly, right? And I look for Poirier to do something similar this time. I'm not sure. I think he's going to lean into the leg kicks again, and I think he's going to wrestle him again in the first round like he did last time. That takedown came pretty easily. Connor was not ready for it, and he was able to burn up a minute or two of the clock just with that takedown. He didn't do a whole lot with it, but if you're getting Connor to fight off a takedown and to get up from the bottom, you're taking his energy. And anytime you're grappling with Connor, he's not punching you, and he's getting more tired probably faster than Dustin Poirier will be. So I think that Poirier is going to win this fight again, and I think it's going to be similar to last time, maybe not by TKO in round 2 again, but I think that he's going to win, or he could get starched in 42 seconds. Who knows? But I think that Poirier has the upper hand, like you were saying. He has less adjustments to make to win this fight, and I trust both of their chins, but I trust Poirier's cardio more. Obviously, I've seen him go 5 hard rounds more than once, and he doesn't get tired. And I don't know if Connor's willing to dig deep like he used to be. But he is good in rematches. He came back and beat Nate Diaz in a rematch when people didn't think he would. I don't know. There was
Yeah.
just a lot.
I mean, he went 5 rounds with Nate, you know,
He did, yeah.
in that rematch. I would say that going 5 rounds with Nate is arguably harder than going it with Dustin.
At
Maybe
170.
not. Yeah, 170. Who knows? It's a tough fight. I love, like, Dustin's probably one of my favorite fighters, but I want to see Conor win. I don't know why. I just hate seeing him lose. It's like I don't want to think that era is over. The Conor McGregor like kind of era. I don't want to believe that that's coming to an end. I think that's what it is. The game is just funner when he's in it. It just is.
Yeah, it's
So
funner when he's winning.
yeah, it's funner when he's winning.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Conor Mania is something else, right? I mean, even like I've been watching MMA for a lot longer than Conor's been in the sport, but it's what got you back into the sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you took a little hiatus and then came back around 2015 when he
Yeah.
came up and did his rise, right? And it brings more people to the sport. It gets people paid more. Maybe not. Maybe it does. I don't know. I mean, it gets him paid at least, and it's just it's more fun when more eyeballs are on the sport, right?
Yeah.
And he just some of his one-liners and some of his banter that he has before the fights and after the fights is second to none, obviously. And yeah, nothing against Poirier, but I like it when Connor's, um, when he's winning. That
Mm-hmm.
being said, though, I mean, it would be super awesome if Dustin Poirier knocked out Conor McGregor twice in a row and then went on to fight for the belt. But
Yeah.
either way, these guys are hopefully going to get paid. Hopefully, Poirier is getting paid something good for this rematch. I
I
heard
would
something
think
about
he
him.
is.
Yeah, I heard something about him not getting pay-per-view points though. So
Oof.
that's tough out there. I mean, I would have held out and been like, well, pay me fucking $4 million at least because Connor wants this fight. So
Well, when he was on the Rogan podcast, he was like, "Yeah, we're just working out the details right now." Um, and I think I remember him saying like it's it'll be good. So maybe it's like a flat 2 mil, which still isn't enough, but it's better than what he's used to. But I mean, just a flat million to fight Connor after knocking him out, like
that
that's not
does
enough
it seems
money.
insulting
It is insulting, 100%.
because DC made 7 million. He said when he fought. I can't remember. He said he made $7 million, and then GSP said he made $10 million when he fought Bisping, but that was including his sponsorships and like everything.
Damn,
And
that's a lot of money.
I don't think he should make 10 million, but I mean, if GSP made 10 million, maybe Poirier should make 5 or 4
Yeah, just because
or
of the
3.
partner.
Because I mean,
I mean,
GSP, you're talking about the GOAT and a huge pay-per-view draw. So I mean, Poirier probably should. I mean, Poirier should make $10 million. GSP should make 30. But
yeah,
I mean, if the benchmark is 10 for GSP, then Poirier, you'd be lucky to get 3. I think.
yeah, three is probably fair. Three to
Yeah,
five. Connor is probably getting 20.
yeah, I would imagine he'll get 20.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Hey, he's just, oh, I'm the A side, bitch.
yeah,
Coming off a loss, I don't care.
yeah. He's in a league of his own for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck.
Um, so how do you see this fight going down exactly? Do you think Poirier is going to implement a wrestling heavy attack at all, or do you think?
I
I
think
think
he's
that
just going to try
Connor.
and mix it up as much as possible until Connor gets a little tired, and then he's going to turn it up on the feet, just like he did last time. I
Yeah,
think he's going to try and kick the legs, work the body. He's going to go for takedowns, work him up against the cage, like whatever it takes just to kind of not let Connor get into his rhythm, you know, of just being at range and that kind of thing. So I think that's going to be DP's approach, and I think Connor's approach is probably an early knockout. That is the best approach for Connor. It is.
yeah,
He's just so fucking fast at the beginning of the fights, man. He has such a speed advantage at the beginning over these guys. Like some of the punches, like what was that? He kind of added a new like combo to his repertoire. Like he was catching Dustin with like this kind of like shovel hook thing. Like he kept like catching him with it, and I was like, "What is that? That's
He
not
was doing that
Connor's."
before.
I didn't see much of it though. The
Yeah.
Dustin fight was the first one where I noticed it, and he hurt Dustin with one of those punches,
Yeah.
and it was like a little spring loaded fucking shovel hook that came out of nowhere. It was kind of weird,
Hmm.
and I just remember thinking like, "Fuck, man, he's so fast." But I don't know. We'll see.
I think that Connor underestimated Poirier a little bit last time. He
Yeah,
probably thought
maybe.
like, you know what? I dusted this guy in a minute and a half last time. What am I going to take 2 or 3 minutes this time?
Yeah.
I think he underestimated him, and I think that he was rushing the knockout. Like he was really looking for the knockout instead of setting traps and waiting for Poirier to throw his own exchange or his own combo to counter off of that. Because Connor's pull counter is probably the best pull counter in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't really setting that up, I didn't think. I mean, Poirier throws in combination, so it's a little bit harder to set up, obviously, than single strikes. But I do think that Conor just looked like he was rushing and looking for the knockout specifically. Not saying that he shouldn't look for the knockout, obviously. He's very good at finding it and capitalizing on opportunities. But he needs to try and create collisions, too. Because at 145, his power was unreal. But at 155, he hasn't shown the same kind of power. Um, And I think that he needs Poirier to create a collision with Conor, and Conor needs to counter those strikes instead of being the aggressor.
Yeah, I agree. He wasn't as patient as he usually is. He was rushing it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dustin knew that. Dustin wasn't playing into it. He wasn't going to get aggressive in the first round fighting Conor. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
And people underestimate Dustin's power. He's one of the hardest hitting 55ers there is. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
dude has hurt a lot of guys. So I think Conor maybe underestimated his power as well. Um, who knows? Who knows? It could have been that, or it literally just could have been Dustin was like you said, just the better fighter that night. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
think Dustin was the better fighter, and basically we're gonna find out in 4 more nights or 5 more nights here who the best 155er is. Not in the division, I guess yet, but um,
yeah,
at least the number one contender is. Do you think Connor's gonna fight Oliveira if he beats Poirier?
I don't know. I don't know if Connor's into the whole fucking like I'm gonna work my way up and fight for the belt. You know,
Well,
like
it's not really
I don't,
working his way up. If he beats Poirier, it's his if he wants it.
yeah, I just think that like he's had that belt. I just kind of think maybe I don't know.
I don't think he thinks
Maybe.
that the belt means that he's the best
Yeah.
anymore because he's like, I've already got 2 of them, right? Like now I could win fights that I think I can win or that will be entertaining or
Yeah.
whatever. And he's
Or
still
it's
going
just
to
not a
get paid the same amount of money no matter what. But man, if he could win that extra belt, like that's legacy stuff. And I think he is looking for legacy
maybe. I just
because,
think Oliveira isn't a very exciting opponent to him. The guy is,
but he's holding
he's
the
not a big
strap.
name. He's holding the strap. I don't know. What if he just like calls out Khabib or some shit? Khabib, you fucking fat bitch, come out from those mountains and fight me. Or he calls out Kamaru Usman or some shit. Like who knows? Nate Diaz for a third fight. Jorge Masvidal. I just don't think. I don't see him fighting Charles Oliveira. I don't see it happening. But I could be wrong.
Who else would he fight? That like I mean, if Gaethje got the belt, would he fight him? Probably not.
I don't know.
Why would
It's
he
tough
fight
to
any of
say.
these guys?
He
I
could
don't
fight
know.
Gaethje.
Yeah, I don't know. Why would he
He
want to
could
fight
sleep
Gaethje?
Gaethje for sure.
I think he could sleep Oliveira too. He could sleep anyone. He's got insane power and insane speed in that first round. But then he just it'd be a tough fight for him to fight Oliveira once Oliveira starts getting him takedowns.
Dude, Oliveira could knock out Connor, I think. If
Definitely he
Connor gets
could.
tired,
I
just
just think that
fucking
Connor's hands are way better in the first round.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it is
Eh.
what it is. All right, so
Either
my
way,
final
I'm gonna
prediction,
buy this card.
I'm taking Dustin Poirier. Yeah, me too. I buy every card. I'll
Yeah.
take Dustin
Fucking sons of
Por-
bitches. They're really cracking down on that shit. Pisses me off. I can't find a fucking decent pay-per-view to kill me. So I'm just gonna start buying cards, I guess.
You got to buy every one, man. That's the only way.
Yeah.
I support the UFC.
Yeah, me too. I buy a t-shirt every time.
Yeah, man. Half the money goes to the fighters, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right. Let's wrap this
It's
up.
tough being a UFC fan.
You're picking Connor?
I'm taking the diamond.
What the fuck? You are not a Connor fan.
You picked Conor, didn't you?
I am. I'm picking Connor. I'm a Connor.
I think there's a
dick
damn
rider
good
for
chance.
life.
I think there's a damn good chance he wins, but I'm going to take Poirier by. Yeah, I'll take Poirier. I don't know if he's going to finish him again or what, but
if Connor's
just
matched
tells
up
me.
to fight Francis, I'm picking Connor. I'll pick Connor every fight. Doesn't matter who he's fighting.
Well, that's what people come here for, is that unbiased analyzation there.
No, they come here for that. They expect that from you.
Yeah.
Not from me. I am emotional. I pick with my heart.
That's why Kael can't bet anymore.
Yeah. I logged out my betting account. Stupid.
Bets are bullshit.
Yeah. I just get I'm already too stressed when I watch the fights. Like if there's a big fight card going on and like my heart's already thumping. I'm already like anxious. I can't relax. Like if you add $50 to the program, it's a no-go for me. I can't fucking enjoy it.
Yeah. All right, before we let you guys go, I'll just give you 2 or 3 of my bets that I made here this UFC 260. What is it? 264, right?
Yeah.
264, I got Ryan Hall, a little underdog pick there. Ryan Hall, Trevin Giles, Max Griffin, Tai Tuivasa, and Dustin Poirier wins you $151 if you throw a $5 bill on that one. All very winnable matchups unless you're Kael. You think that Conor's going to win, so don't take that one. If you like Conor, you can just swap him out, and the odds don't really change because it's pretty much a pick 'em for that one. And then for the other $5 bet I placed, I got Irene Aldana, Tai Tuivasa, Max Griffin, and Stephen Thompson. That one there wins you $40 for a $5 bet. And then this one here is a little bit wild. This one will win you $90 off a $5 bet. We got Nico Price, Max Griffin, Irene Aldana, Stephen Thompson, and Dustin Poirier. So hopefully I'm walking out of here at least $200 richer.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's so many fights that have to go right.
Yeah, I know. But I usually do a few more safer ones, but those are just my big flyer ones, right? That's only $15 in bets. And if I hit one of them, it covers all of my bets for the whole night, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, plus, I'm a gambler.
Yeah. Not high.
All right, what is this? Episode 92. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on your podcast platform, or like and subscribe and tell someone about the podcast. We really appreciate that. We're trying to grow this show a little bit, get some more support out there. And thanks a lot for listening. We will see you in 7 days.